from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. It's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. The Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
snacks. I was
snacks.
just going to say.
That's where I go.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And, Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. Well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Watts flushed out right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
The incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the gun, Watts completes it right side to Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run with Barkley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. 4th and short. They had the ball right at the midfield stripe. Was curious what they were going to do. Turns out going for it, the good play.
Reminded me of a conversation we had yesterday before this game where you said, you know, it's interesting about the NFL nowadays. Oftentimes in short yardage situations, they throw the ball. In the old days, they would run it. That was an old school call right there.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to throw. Watts. Over the middle. Cooper with it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dallas.
Back to throw. Watts finds his tight end Ingram. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We get our first look now at Carson Wentz and this Philadelphia Eagle offense.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The numbers for Sanders last week: 13 carries, 67 yards. And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
On the play.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Watts. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watts. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Past the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. That last pass might be one he remembers, Charles. He's now over 40,000 career passing yards.
And just think of the evolution of the passing game in the NFL. 40,000 at one time. was unthinkable. No one thought anyone would ever get there. Now, how many guys have done it in the NFL?
Yeah, right around 20.
So we're talking a good number that have gotten that done, throwing the ball downfield. He's got a lot to be proud of and a lot more left to accomplish.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Shotgun now for Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
When you struggle on an offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Wentz. And quickly finding Rager. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Again, it's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and more. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Wentz on the keeper.
Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Watts out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Operating from the gun. Watts escaping the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Another big play here as they strike for 31. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. From the gun, Watts. The toss here completed to Pittman. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
On third down, Watts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
17. Eagles nothing.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And how can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
At the 27-yard
To throw, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 more yards there and another first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, Wentz. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score, oh, garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays. And I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say, probably going to go back to him. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
50 yards. First down, Dallas.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys will extend their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Slide for the PAT.
Point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field. Try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Now a carry for Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taking on the midfield logo. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Off play action. Watts. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Watts. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Sly on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
This ball complete to Rager. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Flush to his right. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some good-looking matchups on your screen there. One of the best, yeah, I'll say it, it's in Cleveland. A big test there for the Browns, as they'll have to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Then later, they'll let the humidity die down just a bit in Jacksonville. A late start, where it'll be the Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Wentz now on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That goes for a gain of 31.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now Wentz again. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
Eagles 10.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they might end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down the defense.
And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good for him. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Barkley. And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
Tackle made.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
To throw on 2nd down, Watts. And that'll be incomplete. Watt took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down, Watts. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wentz to throw. Hurts over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. That catch, by the way, number 1099 for his career. One away from 1,100.
Sounds like an IRS catch, doesn't it?
I was thinking the same thing. 1099. I'm just thinking I should be doing my taxes.
Exactly. Got to turn it in. He's accumulating those kind of numbers, isn't he?
This pass complete. Wins to Ertz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, we joked on his 1,099th catch that 1099 reminded us of our taxes. This one's not as funny. He has 1,100 catches. He is legit.
Well, he's also in a different tax bracket than we are because of those 1,100 catches. He has earned it, hasn't he?
Indeed. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Another run with Sanders. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
3rd and 12.
Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Wentz. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Wentz's pass.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, this game is all but over after that last 4th down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock or try to pour some salt in the wound? The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 more yards there and another first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 43.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Throwing on 1st down. Watts to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Throwing again. Watts looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
at some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Watts. Smith catches left side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll throw from the gun. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards to pick up there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, Watts. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Keeps the score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.